Welcome to today's edition of the Lunch Break. But of course, you know it as the Houston Roundball Review Takeover, powered by JM&E. I am, of course, KG, Chris Gardner, owner of the Houston Roundball Review. Hope everyone's doing well, enjoying your lunchtime. Thank you for joining me this afternoon during your lunch break. You can watch this show on YouTube, Twitch, Roku, Fire TV, courtesy of the BS3 Network, BS3 TV. If you have a Roku streaming device, just download BS3 TV. If you don't, no worries. You can just go to bs3network.com or bs3tvlive.com. A whole lot going on. Try to squeeze in as much as I can during these 55 minutes or so, talking sports. I just got the email that my alma mater is going to have a road tour. Didn't have enough time to create a slide of it. But head coach Willie Fritz, football head coach Kelvin Sampson, AD Chris Pesman, and a few others are making some, I think, 4 stops around the state of Texas, 2 in the Houston area. You can go to the website, uhcougars.com, for more info on that. I'll have that for another video posted on the Houston Roundball Review YouTube channel later on today or tomorrow with more details. I'm going to talk Cougs, Rice, WNBA a little bit, NBA playing a little bit, the tournament, TBT, with some announcements as well. Maybe a few questions of what Tillman Fertitta is doing or not doing regarding the NHL, the WNBA, bringing both of those leagues to Houston, with the Arizona Coyotes moving to Utah with the quickness. Chronicle had an article earlier this week that Tillman did not want to pay the location fee, or he doesn't want to pay the expansion fee. He wants a new team. He wants a team move to Houston. He does not want to pay for the expansion fee. Tillman, bring an NHL team to H-Town. And while you're at it, bring a WNBA team back to H-Town as well. You got the deep pockets. You can make it happen. Miss Donna, how are you? Thank you very much for joining us on YouTube. First things first, the NBA play-in, day 1 play-in, the Western Conference version of the play-in, did pretty well. Delivered the most watched NBA play-in tournament opening night ever. 4 million viewers, up 37% compared to 2023. Features the Lakers and the Pelicans in one game, and then the Golden State Warriors and the Sacramento Kings in the nightcap. Lakers Pels was the 3rd most watched play-in game ever. The Warriors Kings was the 2nd most watched play-in game ever. 4.1 million for the Warriors and the Kings. 3.9 million viewers for the Lakers and the Pelicans. Thoughts on that? Thoughts on the ending of the Warriors dynasty? It's over. The window is shut. I don't care if Klay Thompson comes back to the Warriors for less money, for him, which is like $20 million, which is a whole lot of money to me and probably Miss Donna and other viewers watching us on YouTube, Facebook, Fire TV, Twitch, Roku. The dynasty window's shut. I'm sorry. It's over. It's done. It's shut. Move on. It's time for the youngsters to get involved and try to get their shot at the title. But Warriors got a hell of a run. Next, the WNBA had a draft on Monday, and it was more than just, as I said in other clips, the Caitlin Clark draft. But folks tuned in because of her. And boy, did they ever. The most viewed WNBA draft ever. 2.45 million viewers. Most viewed WNBA event on ESPN platforms. Peaked at 3.09 million viewers. Increase of over 300%. Most viewed program of the night among people under 35. 1.06 million women viewers. That's a 374% year-over-year increase. Most viewed WNBA countdown ever. An increase of 1,164% on the social media platforms. I've said it before in this show and other shows on the Roundball Review channel. The Caitlin Clark effect is real. No question, it is real and in full effect. Real. Miss Donna asks, is Caitlin Clark a better player than Angel Reese? Yes. Yes, she is. Angel Reese is a hell of a rebounder. Hell of a rebounder. He has limited offensive game, limited low post moves, limited range on a shot, on a perimeter shot. But defense, aggression, rebounding, Angel Reese all day. But when it comes to passing and scoring and shooting shots from deep, Caitlin Clark has her. Good question, though. I said this a few minutes ago, top of the show. I'm kind of warm about it. Anybody who follows me, has followed the Houston Roundball Review over these 30 years, knows how much I enjoy covering women's basketball, college and pro. And how much, and I've said before, how much the Houston Comets disbanding in 2008 hurt my wallet, bank account. Real talk, real talk. So, yes, I would love for the W to return to Houston with an owner with deep pockets and knows what he or she is doing to run a franchise, unlike the regime that took over and resulted in the Comets disbanding. Commissioner Kathy Engelbert said she's confident that the W will expand to 16 teams possible by 2028. Quote from her. And we're going to talk Cougars, a lot of Cougar talk, so just be patient. You know how I do it. I'll cover a lot of stuff here on the takeover. So if you're new, I'd cover more than just the Cougs. A quote from the commissioner, Kathy Engelbert, WNBA commissioner. It's complex because you need the arena and practice facility and player housing and all the things you need, committed long-term ownership groups. And so the nice thing is we're getting a lot of calls. We're continuing to engage with cities. Check this out, Ms. Donna. Engelbert mentioned cities such as Philadelphia, Toronto, Portland, Denver, and Nashville, as well as South Florida, as places the league is in discussions with for potential expansion franchises. Final quote from Commissioner Engelbert. These can either take a very long time to negotiate, or it can happen pretty quickly if you find the right ownership group with the right arena situation. One more time. City, she said, she mentioned Philadelphia, Toronto, Portland, Denver, and Nashville, as well as South Florida. I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer, but damn it, I sure as hell didn't say Houston, did I? Didn't I say Houston? Why didn't I say Houston, Tillman? What are you doing, Tillman? I see you buying up properties around town and near your hotel and stuff like that. What are you going to do with those properties? What are your plans, Tillman? And some of those cities, Nashville is a very good city. Been there, covered one of the women's Final Fours there. Toronto, I think, is a lock for the WNBA expansion. I think it's a lock. They've had a few games, preseason games there, sold out crowds in Canada. Sold out crowds. Toronto, sold out event. I think it's just a lock. But no Houston. Tillman dragging his feet with hockey in the NHL. Let Arizona come right in and move to Utah with the quickness. What are you doing, Tillman? You have all this money, way more than I probably will ever see in my lifetime. You say you want to bring an NHL franchise to Houston, but some folks within hockey ranks are beginning to doubt your commitment to that. How serious are you about bringing an NHL franchise to Houston? One of the things you said when you took over ownership of the Rockets, you wanted to have as many dates occupied in your building, Toyota Center, as possible. Summertime is pretty sparse. You know who can fill up those dates in the summertime? A WNBA franchise. Tillman, your own words. You're not even sticking true to your own words. Of course, kind of consistent with Houston administration and athletics. They say they won championships, and then they look what they do regarding coaching and who they keep and give contract extensions to. But I digress. Rex might be right. Tillman's low-key waiting on a recession to make purchases. He sees NHL and WNBA too risky. Well, if he does, who is he talking to? Who is he talking to? Who is he listening to? Is he not paying attention to the explosion of women's hoops across the country? And think about, again, summertime. There's not a lot going on in the summer. You get basketball fans something to do in the summer, watching basketball players, people they've known for years through college, and follow them in college to the pros. Wake up, Tillman. Justin says, still waiting on the NBA to go back to Seattle. That's going to happen within the next 5 years. I think that's going to happen as well. But as Donna says, yes, Tillman, what are your plans? And as I've said many times, I'm just one little voice in the wind. I have this platform on Roku, platform here at the TAKEOVER. You know, I'm not Stephen A. Smith. I love to have millions and millions of followers, and I love people to just, what does Chris think about this? And my word carries so much weight. But that is not the case yet. So I need help. People who have Tillman's ear, get in his ear. Ask him what he's planning to do with the NHL and the WNBA. He's blowing these chances, let alone a women's Final Four coming to Houston. I have other stuff. I have other plans to bring women's hoops to Houston. And Rex here, he'll probably own a UFL team before WNBA. Yeah. You might be correct. You might be correct. Look at this. I don't want to get into, if we have time, I'll go into all 36 picks of young ladies who were selected in the 2024 WNBA draft. So kudos to all of them. The work begins now for each of them. Some of them are international players who won't come to the W this summer. First, the season starts on May 14th. Caitlin Clark, as I said on last Thursday's TAKEOVER, 36 of Indiana's 40 games will be televised, streamed. 36 of the Fever's 40 games will be televised or streamed. The Caitlin Clark effect is real. Folks who are wondering, she should have stayed in college, make more money. I'm not sure it's been announced yet, but she's about to announce a deal. Nike's about to announce a deal with her, an endorsement deal with Caitlin Clark. The NIL stuff stays with the pros. It just becomes endorsements. It's not called NIL. For folks who don't know, give you an example, a local example. Marcus Sasser, some of his NIL deals he got at UH are now endorsements, followed him with him to the NBA and the Pistons. So some folks who talk about money and try to throw rocks at the WNBA, haters gonna hate. I'll just leave it at that. Earlier today, the basketball tournament, TBT, and Fox Sports announced a multi-year media rights agreement. The basketball tournament, the $1 million winner-take-all summer event, announced a multi-year media rights agreement with Fox Sports to carry games on Fox, FS1, and FS2. As part of the agreement, the network will carry 27 TBT games live on linear TV, including 3 on Fox. We are excited to kick off our second decade of TBT with Fox Sports, said TBT founder and CEO John Mugar. Quote continues, across Fox, FS1, and FS2, we will reach more basketball fans than ever before, further cementing TBT as a mainstay on the basketball calendar. This summer will make for our most electrifying tournament yet, end quote. And let me stop in case folks are wondering. It's been confirmed. TBT games will not be on ESPN Plus like previous years. I know that because I heard it directly from someone within the TBT this morning when he told me some news before it was leaked and posted on social media about the Forever Cougs team, which I'll get to momentarily. TBT is a 64-team single elimination tournament hosted across 8 regionals. All regional events are hosted by an alumni team representing a powerhouse college basketball program. This summer's locations and host teams include Wichita, Kansas, hosted by the Aftershocks, Wichita State. Houston, Texas, hosted by Forever Cougs. President, I guess, officially, unofficial title, is former Coug, always a Coug, Rob Gray. Indianapolis, Indiana, hosted by All Good Dogs at Butler University. Cincinnati, Ohio, hosted by Nasty Natty, University of Cincinnati Bearcats. Dayton, Ohio, hosted by Red Scare, the Dayton Flyers. Other host teams include Lexington, Kentucky, hosted by La Familia, love that name, University of Kentucky. Louisville, Kentucky, hosted by The Ville, University of Louisville. And last, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, hosted by the Zoo Crew, University of Pittsburgh Panthers. TBT's regionals will run from Friday, July 19th to Wednesday, July 24th. One team from each region will advance to TBT's quarterfinals, which will take place Monday, July 29th and Tuesday, July 30th. TBT semifinals will be played on Friday, August 2nd, and the $1 million winner-take-all championship will be played on Sunday, August 4th. The 3 games scheduled to air live on Fox include the Ville's first-round game of the Louisville Regional on Saturday, July 20th, La Familia second-round game, if they advance, of the Lexington Regional on Sunday, July 21st, and, of course, the $1 million championship game on Sunday, August 4th. TBT's full TV schedule and additional broadcast details will be released at a later date. So, yes, there will be games, basketball in the summer at Fertitta Center. And in addition to Rob Gray, announced and confirmed earlier Thursday, 2 young men who Coug fans know. And who are they, Rex, you might ask? Kyler Edwards and Fabian White Jr. have committed to being on the Forever Cougs team. How about that? Committed. And I want to say this. Fabian White from Atascocita was a Coug for like 8,000 years. I mean, he was there, 5 years? Kyler Edwards, salute to Kyler Edwards. Rex 32, Justin, how many seasons was Kyler Edwards at Houston? Be quick with it. How many seasons was Kyler Edwards at Houston? Yet, he is a Cougar to his core. Bingo. 1. but he is a Coug to his core. The love and appreciation he has for Coach Sampson, the staff, the fans, etc. 1 year. And he is proud to say he played and hooped and attended the University of Houston and hooped for the Houston Cougars and won at Houston. Think about that. Think about that as I get into more of these slides. Shift gears because I am the Houston Roundball Review, not just the Houston Cougars Roundball Review, as some folks have accused me of. Some folks don't take time to keep up with everything I provide on these platforms. But always first, in case you don't know, I am a proud alum of the University of Houston. So they, as my alma mater, will get first dibs on everything on this show, most shows I do. But that does not mean I will not give attention to the other teams in H-Town. Case in point, the Rice Owls. Coach Rob Lanier, new head coach, got his first commitment from the portal. I think Monday or Tuesday this week. Kellen Amos, 6'7" guard from Central Connecticut State, announced he's committed to Coach Lanier and the Rice Owls. Started all 31 games for CCSU, the NEC champs. Averaged 11.8 points, 5.2 rebounds, 2.3 assists, 1.1 blocks, and 1.1 steals. I think he stuffed that stat sheet. Justin, Rex, Miss Donna, Miss Wanda, anybody else? Kellen has 1 year of eligibility remaining. Rice wasn't done. Trey Broadnax, 6'4", 200 guard from USC Upstate, South Carolina Upstate. He has 1 year of eligibility remaining. First team All Big 12 South, 14 points a game, 4 boards a game, 4 assists a game, 1 steal a game. 61 career starts, 782 career points. Another stat sheet stuffer. So Coach Lanier's got 2. Now I'm going old school because this young man is about to play a game this evening. Big Max Fiedler, was selected to participate in the 70th version of the prestigious PIT, Portsmouth Invitational Tournament. Set for its first game started yesterday, April 17th, through April 20th. In existence since 1953. The Portsmouth Invitational is one of the preeminent NBA pre-draft camps with approximately 200 NBA representatives in attendance. The 4-day tournament consists of 12 games with the 64 invited college seniors playing on 8 teams of 8 players. Max, a preseason second team All-American Athletic Conference selection, became the first player in the NCAA Division I history, check out these numbers, to record 1,000 career points, 1,000 rebounds, 500 assists, 100 blocks, and 100 steals. For the year, he averaged 9.3 points, 9.3 rebounds, and 5.3 assists. He placed second in the AAC in rebounding, was third in field goal percentage, assists, and sixth in double-doubles and defensive rebounds. He also led the AAC in offensive rebounds. There's talent here in H-Town, people. Fiedler became, so there's a number right there. Look at those stats. He'll be playing for the Portsmouth Partnership Squad in the tournament. Their first game, I think, is this evening at 6 p.m. Central Time. Visit the organization's website at portsmouthinvitational.com. Good luck to Big Max. Got a question here. Are the Houston players getting any NIL money? Which players are you referring to? But chances are yes. Yes. Miss Wanda, how are you doing? Like I said, one more time, look at Max Fiedler's stats. 1,000 career points, 1,000 rebounds, 500 assists, 100 blocks, and 100 steals. Sensational. Okay. Continuing their theme, their marketing slogan of run it back. My kinfolk, and y'all think I'm kidding, but Terrence Arsenault made it official that he will return to the Cougs for the 2024-2025 season. Terrence's mom, last name is Gardner. My dad says we have Gardners on that part of the state, East Texas. So we do believe we are related. Seriously. So small world on that one. But yes, Terrence Arsenault announced he's returning for the upcoming 24-25 season. He's already been in the gym, seeing clips of him on social media, working on his jumper. He tore his Achilles in December. So that's 4 months ago? So he's back in the gym already, taking jumpers. That's a good sign. More Coug news. Got a new coach, Coach Ryan Elvin. Letter from Mr. Elvin, young Mr. Elvin. Cougs, the last 4 years have been a dream come true. From the offseason grind to the sold-out crowds in Fertitta Center, I've enjoyed everything about being a part of the Cougar family. To Coach Sampson, the assistant coaches, support staff, teammates, and managers, thank you for all time, energy, and effort y'all poured into me. Not only did I become a better player on the court, but also a better human off the court. Thank you to all the students and fans that have embraced me. I will forever cherish the "We Want Elvin" chants and the love I felt every time I was on the court. With this being said, my playing career is over, and I will be transitioning into my coaching career. Next year, I will be back with the program as a graduate assistant. I'm beyond grateful for Coach Sampson for this opportunity and can't wait to begin my career learning from the best. Thoughts on that? So Ryan says we want Elvin to try out one play. He might. And Justin is correct. Coach Sampson had been saying for a while that he wanted to make Ryan a coach. It was inevitable. It was going to happen. Miss Wanda says she was hoping Ryan would be a grad assistant. That came true. I wonder about that. Justin, I guess no more Star Pizza commercials. Yeah, I guess. I'm not sure how that applies with him being a grad assistant. If he's full-time coach, if it counts, if it interferes with NIL endorsement, I don't know. Probably, but I don't know. With the NCAA changing rules left and right, who knows? But maybe he'd have to do the spots without wearing any UH gear. Maybe, I don't know, but who knows? But congrats to Coach Ryan Elvin. Near the bottom of the hour here on this edition of Throwback Thursday on the lunch break, the Houston Roundball Review Takeover, powered by JM&E. Streaming live on Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and of course on Roku via the BS3 network. Going to take 90 seconds to play this promo and give you an idea of what BS3 TV is all about. Be back in 90 seconds.
BS3 Network, changing the way you watch TV.
Welcome back to the Houston Roundball Review Takeover on the lunch break, powered by JM&E and also courtesy of the BS3 Network. That promo gave you a little idea of what BS3 Network is all about. You're watching the show on YouTube, Twitch, Musk, Twitter, Fire TV, and Roku, courtesy of BS3 TV. I am, of course, KG Chris Gardner, owner of the Houston Roundball Review. And reminding you, if you have a Roku streaming device, just download BS3 TV. If you don't, just go to bs3network.com or bs3tvlive.com. I want to touch on this. Justin posted it about 10 minutes ago. Former running back Alton McCaskill, he left UH, went to Colorado, and now he's leaving Colorado. He's back in the transfer portal. He has not, some folks saying, not fully recovered. He's not yet the same since he tore his ACL. So he has not come back to ACL pre-injury status yet. Wish him the best of luck. So Alton McCaskill, he's out of the portal, and Colorado has had a few players this week enter the portal. Just like Cougars have had a few players enter the portal. Oh no, Rex, I did not see what he posted. Is it clean that you can type and so I can share it? So please do. I missed that because I've been spending time with Bryce and TBT and Cougs coaching and Cougs coming back and a new Coug joining. Oh, it was deleted. Okay, shucks. All right. More Coug news. Milos Uzan. It's official. Signed earlier. He committed. Decided to transfer from Oklahoma to the Cougs. Wednesday, he signed. Quote from head coach Kelvin Sampson: "We are excited about Milos' decision to join our program at the University of Houston. We are looking forward to developing Milos into the best player that he can be," end quote. This past season, as a sophomore at OU, Los was the only OU player to start all 32 games. He averaged 9 points, 4.4 assists, 3.4 rebounds, and 1.2 steals per game. Averaged 31.7 minutes per game. Ranked first on OU's team. Shooting numbers were not great. Let's be honest. 39.2% from the floor. 29.6 3-point percentage. And 67.6 from the foul line. 25 out of 37 attempts. 37 free throws in 32 games. That's one free throw attempt a game. That's not great. But he's learning, and that will increase. But more info I'm going to share. He recorded 10 plus points on 14 occasions, and he finished with a personal best 10 assists at TCU. He scored a season high 17 points and finished with a career high 12 rebounds, and he went over Providence during the Big East Big 12 battle. In the lone meeting of the season against Houston, Uzan tallied 6 points with 3 rebounds and 4 assists and 0 turnovers in Norman, Oklahoma on March 2nd. So let me stop right there. 0 turnovers. As Coach Kelvin Sampson says to everyone, to the media, to the players, to coaches, to anyone within earshot. Part of the holy trinity of Houston Cougars men's basketball is limiting your turnovers. And it's good defense and rebounding. Los does that. Freshman. His freshman year, appeared in 32 games, 24 starts, was named to the All Big 12 freshman team. Averaged 7.6 points, 3.0 assists, and 2.7 rebounds. Had 13 10-plus point contests in 28.4 minutes per game. His freshman year, he shot 47% from the floor and almost 41% from three and 76.5% from the foul line. But again, those free throws, 34 attempts in 32 games. That's one free throw attempt a game. Interesting. Scouting report from CJ Moore at The Athletic. Your thoughts on this, everyone watching on the platforms on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Fire TV, and Roku. Uzan got some NBA buzz before the season, and the thought was he could propel himself into the 2024 NBA draft with a good performance. His stroke looks solid, so there is some hope that part of his game can improve. Uzan's size, he's 6'4", 200, 195, and vision are his defining attributes. He can make all the pick and roll reads and is strong going both left and right. He's not a dynamic scorer, lacks blow-by speed, has struggled finishing at the rim, 46% last season per synergy. And as I've said, doesn't get to the free throw line often, but he's enough of a threat to keep defenses honest. Rex, defensively, he has a knack for forcing turnovers, averaging 1.5 steals per game. Uzan fits best next to a scoring combo guard who would allow him to run the offense and focus more on setting up his teammates. Who is that? Who could that be at Houston? Who is kind of a scoring guard and could play someone, but if he has been asked to, who could that be? Oh, LJ Cryer. And Los is 6'4". He could defend the bigger guards. Just putting it out there. It's like Coach Sampson and the staff have a plan of what they're doing when they get into the portal. Interesting. Justin says, seems like some key players are coming back. Almost all of them are, except for Damian Dunn. Damian announced he's going to Pittsburgh. Just about everybody else. Everyone else is coming back. Juan Roberts, LJ, Terrence Arsenault, Los, and then you got freshman Mercy Miller and Chase McCarty. Chase McCarty, 6'5" wing player. More scouting report summary from Los in his high school game. This from Jerry Meyer, 247sports.com. Has a slender but long build for a point guard. Yes, he's a 6'4" point guard. Is a smooth athlete, but has an athletic burst that helps him get separation and come up with steals. Shoots the ball well from deep. Like I said, he did his freshman year at Oklahoma, not so much his sophomore year at Oklahoma. Can finish at the rim with either hand and has a devastating mid-range scoring game. Loves to go left and loves to shoot a 1-foot floater. Sees the floor exceptionally well while driving to score. Is a creative passer off the dribble with either hand. Has the ball on a string as a handler. Is a crafty defender who gets into passing lanes. Moves feet well, but needs to build up strength to defend on the ball. Has to improve as a rebounder. Building up strength, getting stronger, should not be a problem with Coach Alan Bishop, the strength conditioning savant at Houston. Los will not have to score, will not be asked to score a lot of points in the Cougar offense. He's asked to just run the offense, limit mistakes, play good defense. He will have to be a better rebounder. Won't have a choice. Rebounding and defense and limited turnovers. He does that, he's going to play. He's going to start. Should be a good fit. All right. Rex is working on the tweet from, just tell me what he said. But still have this. The Cougs are going for it. Okay? They're going for it. Let me, real quick, Ms. Donna with this comment about Los. Cold-blooded point guard at 6'4". Point guards should not be the top scorer anyway. Amen to me. Amen there. Sampson will teach him the Sampson way of things. It's, as coach says, it's non-negotiable. It is. Surrender to the Cougar culture. Once you do that, you'll be fine. As long as you butt heads and fight it, it's going to be harder on you. But Coach Sampson he believes what he coaches and what he preaches, and he's not going to change. Some folks don't like that. Those folks won't be here much longer, or have not been here, or have left. We're talking about Milos Uzan, who signed with the Cougs, made it official. The 6'4", 195, 193 point guard from Oklahoma. Here is how Houston's roster looks as of April 17th. Red shirts last season. Jacob McFarland, 6'11", 7 feet, is, some folks say, the best athlete on the team. Think about that. Cordell Jefferson played a senior year in high school with 2 broken wrists. Got to Houston and had surgery on both wrists. Season-ending surgeries, Terrence Arsenault and JoJo Tugler. Terrence has already said he's coming back. He's committed to running it back. JoJo broke his foot, a bone in his foot, been in the boot. He is expected to be back. The freshman, Chase McCarty, 6'5". Mercy Miller, I think Mercy like 6'3", 6'4". The veterans, LJ Cryer, Javier Francis. Both of them have said they're running it back. Big Said Lot. Big, strong Said Lot. Juwan Roberts running it back. Emmanuel Sharp running it back. Milos Uzan signed. Ramon Walker Jr. Malik Wilson. That's still 14 players. Still 14 players. Only 13 scholarships. But that does not mean all 14 won't be back. It just might mean perhaps one of those 14 won't be on scholarship and have enough NIL to pay their way at Houston. Just put it out there. JoJo has not posted anything yet. Heck, neither has Malik. You know, John Rothstein said last week, Wednesday, I think, that Malik was coming back. Nothing official from his social media or Men's Hoop social media, like from Javier Francis and Terrence Arsenault, Emmanuel Sharp, LJ Cryer, and Juwan Roberts. So nothing yet. Trans says Mercy 6'5". He's probably still growing. I'm not I'm not saying he hasn't. But what I'm saying, let's think about that. LJ Cryer might be the shortest guard on the team next season. I think it would be. I think. Look again. Let me see here. Cordell 6'3", 6'4". Chase 6'4", 6'5". Mercy 6'4". Emmanuel's 6'2", 6'3". Low 6'4". Malik 6'3". Yeah, LJ about 6'2". LJ 6 feet. So how about that? So LJ Cryer And I said this last Thursday, I'll say it again. Cordell Jefferson and Ramon Walker were working out together on dribble drives and attacking the hoop, finishing at the rim. So Ramon was working out with the guards, with the wings / guards, not necessarily with the front court players. Could just been one time we were there, and he could another day be working out with the front court players. But if Ramon goes to the wing, Jacob McFarland, JoJo Tugler, Javier Francis, Cedric Lott, Juwan Roberts, Terrence Arsenault, your front court set. I mean, yeah, your front court is set. See, Jacob 6'11", 7 feet. Terrence 6'8". Jay 6'8", 6'9" with a long, long arm. Set Lott 6'8", 6'9", 260. Juwan 6'8". Wow. So it's something. The versatility is something for this team. Tran says Ramon needs more playing time. Rex says we got too many guards for Ramon to be working out with the guards. Ramon might go in between guards and front court, because I don't see all 14 young men playing next year. I do believe one or two of them will redshirt. I don't know who that's going to be, but this team is loaded, too deep at every position. They are going for it. The guys are running it back. But as Coug fans know, one injury, the wrong time, worst time of the season, could derail all of this. But they are going for it. If they are healthy, I mean, they are. In those way too early preseason top 25 polls, they're number one in many of them. Not necessarily all of them, but in many of them. Who would have thought this? Who would have thought it's another example of the just tremendous turnaround in the program? Justin says, like I said, you follow the program, you know. It looks good on paper for them to make another run, but it always seems during tournament time, not necessarily even tournament, February or March, they get hit with an injury bug. Yeah. No question. This past March, game against Duke, Jamal shed on a drive to the hoop that he's done thousands of times, rolled his right ankle, and was done for the game. The Cougs lost to Duke by 3. Jamal would not have played in the Elite A game anyway because the injury was so severe. Best player on the team goes down. It happens like that. But hopefully, one of these years, hopefully it's this coming year, the Cougs aren't hit with an injury bug at the wrong time to key players, to the best player on the team, and get a chance to see what they got whole. But yeah, if Jamal was healthy, it'd be Duke. But if ifs and buts were candy and nuts, we'd all have Merry Christmas. So spring game, I didn't see a lot I liked. The defense looked good. The offensive line did not look good. So many newcomers on the line. So it's tough to tell. I thought Uwe at quarterback looked pretty good. Running backs seem like the strength of Houston's offensive line, once it gets healthy and clicking and experience together, will be the right side, and much more success running to the right side than did to the left. But the big thing is nobody got injured. Tran says I missed a question. What question are you talking about here? What question? What question? What question? What did I miss? What question? Who does Cordell Jefferson game look like? Oh, I haven't seen him in a game. I didn't see him in high school, so I don't know. I don't have a point of reference. I mean, 'cause I think Cordell, high school, he was better than everybody in high school a lot of the time. He had the ball in his hands and just, you know, beat folks off the dribble, even with two bad wrists. It's still amazing. But we'll see what he does here in Houston. No, I didn't see him practice. No, we didn't see him in practice. All we saw was shooting around stuff here and there. We don't get a chance to watch practice. We see the end of stuff. And by that time, all we see is shooting drills and things like that. So we do not get the chance to see practice. No. Fritz, oops, here we go. Here. I think it's going to be a tough year, but he provides hope to the fans because he knows what he's doing. First things first, he won't toss his players under the bus. He won't make excuses. Big 12 football is going to be tough. Talked to some of my colleagues after spring game, and they said if the team goes 5-7 this season, Fritz's first year, that'd be a success. It's going to be tough. But Coach Fritz gives the fans hope that the future is brighter than it was under that previous staff. Hope was gone with that staff. Reminder, the Cougs announced that they're having a road tour in the state of Texas. 4 different road stops, 2 in the Houston area, kind of like, the Woodlands, maybe Woodlands and Katy, I think it was, something like that. But Coach Fritz, Coach Sampson, I think Coach Rear, volleyball coach, and Chris Pesman will be part of the tour to make their way around and say hi to the fans, take questions, little meet and greets, promotions for the athletic program. Good for them to do that. That will start soon. Info is on the website at uhcougars.com. Summarize everything, touched on the WNBA draft, the BOFA ratings that it did, 2.45 million, the ratings for the NBA play-in game, second and third most watched games of the play-in history, the brief history that is. Also ask, and will continue to ask, what is Tillman Fertitta doing regarding bringing an NHL franchise to Houston? Is he just waiting for a team to relocate like the Winnipeg Jets? Well, that's like 4 or 5 years from now. Or is he going to pony up the dollars that he does have to buy an expansion franchise and have them in Houston? Will Tillman bring a WNBA franchise to Houston? Because the cities mentioned by the WNBA commissioner earlier that I said in the show, Houston was not part of that list. So that's a concern. That's a problem. That bothers me. Again, those cities were Philadelphia, Toronto, Portland, Denver, Nashville, as well as South Florida. So Houston was not even part of those cities. The last mention of it, Austin was mentioned as another city in Texas. Not Houston, Austin. So Tillman, I don't know what you're doing. You're buying up properties, things of that sort. It's your money. But again, you said when you took over the Rockets, you wanted to have Toyota Center occupied for as many dates throughout the calendar year as possible. Well, a good way to do that in summertime is with a WNBA franchise. But I digress on all of that. Because, start talking about Houston women's basketball, I get in other discussions and stuff like that. But going to wrap it up. Thank you, everybody. Miss Wanda, Justin, Rex32, Tran, folks watching on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Fire TV, Roku, all courtesy of BS3 Network. Might do a Rocket show this week, Rocket/NBA playoffs show, maybe tonight, if not Friday. The playoffs start on Saturday. Heat, Jimmy Butler, MCL, going to be out for weeks. Heat lose tomorrow, won't matter. Alex Caruso injured as well. This happens at the wrong time. Injuries are part of basketball, part of life. But as always, thank you, everyone, for chiming in. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your time. Buy you a Roundball Review mug, a shirt, a tank top, a cap, a hat. Spread the word about the Houston Roundball Review. Because as always remember this. Since 1994, the Houston Roundball Review. Local name, global perspective. Take care. Peace.
Sybil Wilkes with what you need to know. Today is Thursday, the 18th of April. In 2024. Number 1, Republican Senator Tom Cotton of Arkansas doubled down on comments recently about responding to pro-Palestinian protest. Cotton urged people to forcibly remove pro-Palestinian protesters blocking traffic on the major roads and bridges such as those that took place this week. Pro-Palestinian demonstrators blocked roadways in Illinois, California, New York, and the Pacific Northwest Monday, shutting down travel into some of the nation's most heavily used airports. Number 2, Pete Buttigieg visited Shiloh, Alabama last Wednesday to hear concerns from Black residents about persistent flooding caused by a highway widening project. The community has a history of flooding, jeopardizing generational wealth and safety. A civil rights investigation is underway to ascertain if there was discrimination in the highway expansion project. Number 3, idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis is an uncommon and frequently fatal lung disease that's difficult to diagnose. IPF is a disease that causes scarring or fibrosis of the lungs. It's the most common type of pulmonary fibrosis, a group of serious lung diseases that affect the respiratory system. Lung damage from IPF is irreversible and progressive, meaning it gets worse over time. Number 4, brought to you by Black Voters Matter. Contributor Corey Malone, in her effort to continue to educate us about voting and elections, writes about the Arizona Supreme Court that authorized enforcement of a law banning most abortions. The law predating Arizona's statehood provides no exceptions for rape or incest and allows abortions only if the mother's life is in jeopardy. Arizona's highest court suggested doctors can be prosecuted under the 1864 law, though the opinion written by the court's majority didn't explicitly say that. Number 5, Penn State's College of Liberal Arts launched a series of racial disparities in healthcare and law enforcement. The series aims to prevent incidents like the death of Osagie Osage, who was shot by police during a mental health check. Sabrina Fulton, Trayvon Martin's mother, gave a lecture where she encouraged seeking help for mental health and created the Circle of Mothers program for mothers who lost children to gun violence. Here's your daily inspiration from Yogi's Jewels. Being consistent with honesty and transparency leads to trust, which is crucial for a good relationship. Join me today live on YouTube and Facebook at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central with mental health and wellness contributor Aprilette Russell, and it's Miss Astrology Day as we discuss today's top headlines and more. I'm Sybil Wilkes. Be informed, be empowered.